really realizing that I actually do need to have a shave actually. I don't know if any of you will remember. Depends how long you've been like subscribed to the channel and stuff. But years ago, I did actually used to keep a beard. It wasn't really what you would really call a beard, but I used to keep facial hair. I used to like I didn't shave and I let it grow, and it did grow quite a bit, but it didn't look the best. And then I started shaving, but I've just left it a little bit, and now it's overdue. So welcome back to another stream. It's been a minute. It's been a couple of days since I've last done a stream, and in all fairness, it's been an absolutely full on week. It's been a really busy week, and I've really felt it today. To be honest, like really felt it, like tiredness. But I've been sort of really excited to come on, do a stream, and give you an update regarding sort of Hull Fair 2024. So far, it's been a really good vibe at Hull Fair 2024 so far. And obviously, if you have watched the previous streams, then you'll know that I was down to do some DJing at the Hull Fair, and I have done exactly just that, and I've done more besides. So I'm really buzzed about it so far, and not only am I buzzed about it, but I'm really excited about the connections that I've made, and some plans sort of even for the fair next year, which is going to be really good. It almost kind of feels like this year has kind of been like the almost like the trial of what's to come, and sort of within some following years there's going to be hopefully some really good Hull fairs, providing they don't move the fair, which I don't think they will. But everything's all up in the air. There's all these articles like apparently that this sports village is meant to be on the cards to be getting built, or they're wanting to build one. And there's supposed to be like all this, and the comments are always mixed. So like some people are saying like the fair should be moved, and then other people are kind of saying like the fair like should stay where it is. And in all fairness, like I think personally the fair should just stay where it is. Like I don't really see like what harm the fair really does, apart from like a bit of noise and litter once a year. But I can kind of understand like when the fair's not there, that it's just an empty bit of land all year round. I know they have like they have a market usually on there on a Wednesday, and I think they have it on a Sunday as well. But I know, like apart from that, it's pretty much an empty land, and I know it's quite a big bit of land, and you could really build something on it. You could build something really quite good on it, in that sense. But like the fair has been like a really sort of like it's a big part of Hull. It's something that comes every year. It's one of the biggest fairs in the country, and I know like well I didn't know till recently that the fair did actually like going back a lot of years. It did actually used to be located somewhere else before it moved to Walton Street. I think it's actually moved two times in its lifespan. So it moved from somewhere to somewhere else, and then from there to where it is now, apparently. But I don't know exactly where it used to be. I don't know too much about the history of it. But I do know that it's been on Walton Street for a lot of years. Like like when it used to be somewhere else. I think we're talking it like close to 100 years ago or something like that. So, but it is mad that like an event has actually been going on for that long. Like the amount of people, like there would have been people there that would have had like a ride or a stall there, like all them years ago that like won't even be alive now. Like there would have been people that would have like done something at Hull Fair before like a waltzer ride was even a thing. Like that is the most crazy thing. So who knows? But there's some good plans for future Hull fairs, which is really good. So I think I told you on the last stream, which was the aftermath of the weekend, that on Friday I had a brief pop to the fair on the opening night just to kind of see what was going down, and kind of just go and see the waltzer that I was going to be DJing on, and the guy was really sound, and I got taken into the booth, and just had a really really a really really enjoyable time. Got to meet the guy. So Saturday they had a really really busy record for Hull Fair, like with people attending. I think it was like really high numbers. And I don't know if it's just me, but I certainly feel this year I felt like there was a lot more excitement about the fair, and almost like people were kind of ready for it. I don't know why, but like my YouTube was inundated with like vloggers and people showing like the build up of the fair, and then my Facebook was filled with like people like posting pictures of like Hull Fair being built, and it just felt like, I don't know, but it just kind of felt like there was a whole more sort of like hype for it that I've not really seen before, which was an absolutely good thing to see. So I wasn't there on Saturday. Obviously, I was doing the book in Driffield, but apparently they had a really really busy night. So the guy who runs the ride, he rang me on Saturday morning and he asked if I knew of like any other DJs that would that would that would like to play on the waltzer, and already had people in mind. I always do. I've always got people in the for it. I've always got people in the back of my mind, because in the type of job I'm in, I can often get asked by somebody like, "Oh, do you know of any DJs?" And and I have quite a lot of friends that are DJs, and that there's people that I think personally, in my mind, like deserve opportunities, and people are grafting, and people are doing well. So I put one of my mates, Joe Dunn, forward. We've done a track together. I managed to get him a slot at the fair last year, and it was just, I just think he's really grafting. His production's coming along, and he's now starting to get quite a few bookings, which is a really, really good thing to see. So, I asked him if he was available, and he was, and he went on Monday and did a takeover on the waltzer, which I believe went down a treat. I was in work, and then I went to the fair after work, and took over from him, which was a really, really exciting thing. And I did something around about an hour or something. Just played a bit of hardcore, and then kind of took it back down to some bounce, and then they changed it up and put some bass line on, and then that was it. And then I went back yesterday, and I did a full evening of like bounce music, and did some really good stuff, and just absolutely had a really really fun time. Just said, like some really good vocals, some really really happy bounce, and I played some absolutely amazing bounce, and I just had a really really good time. It was a really fun thing to do, and just really really enjoyed myself. And then went home, and then today I went back there tonight. Not intentionally to do anything at the fair. That really wasn't my intention. So they had the legend Hannah Taylor playing a set there tonight, and that was like a big thing for me. Like, and I think it's a big thing for the fair as well. Yes, big shout. What you're saying? So I wanted to go and see her play anyway. I thought, he's put me on. The least I can do is support his ride. And yeah, long time I haven't seen. Yeah, been a while, bro. Yeah, so I like to go and shed my support. People give me a opportunity. I like to sort of show that I'm grateful for the opportunity and stuff. So, I thought I'll go to the fair, and I needed to give my mate Joe a hard drive back anyway. So I had a reason to go, and then I thought, well, I want to catch the set anyway. Um, now, um, I went to the fair, and I went to the other waltzer where my mate Joe was playing, which is the one I've played on the previous years, but I'm not playing this year unless I get asked, but I highly doubt it now. So I went there to give him his hard drive back, and Hannah Taylor wasn't going to be on for a little while, so stuck around the ride, did a little bit of raving, I suppose, and just supporting my mate, and just a few people I knew were just sort of stood round the ride. So I had a little bit of a yeah, how you doing kind of thing. And that was all fine and groovy. And then literally just opposite, there's another waltzer. And basically, somebody who is working on that waltzer is a friend of mine. And we used to play the PlayStation together. And it was a big part of one of my old role playing series, the Big Part Drive Drama. So I went over and I went and said all right to him, blah blah blah, and he told the woman who was operating the ride, like in the middle of the ride, like, oh, by the way, this person's an MC. We should get him on the mic and he should do a few little bits. And she was like, all right then, let's get him on and see what he's like. So I end up going on this waltzer that I've never even been on before, and I start MCing. Plug my stick in, USB stick, and it plays a recorded set off the stick. I was like, wow, this is mad. Because I didn't expect the stick was going to do that, and that was crazy. So yeah, next minute I'm stood in the middle of this waltzer, and I've got the mic, and yeah, it, wow, it is come like the thing about it is like it's really weird. It's really fun, but it's really weird. The weird thing for me and the weird thing that was for my brain at first is because it's almost like you're in a rave environment. So there's all these lights. You kind of stood on like what is kind of like a little stage. You've got banging rave music like popping off, but it's not a rave. It's a ride. And you've got to kind of like the way you spit, and the way you kind of like work things is like you've got to MC, but at the same time you've got to advertise the ride. So you've got to kind of like while it's going round, you've got to kind of make people think, you know what, I'm going to come and have a ride on that ride, and then when the riders kind of get off the ride, you've got to fill up them. You've got to you've got to get them carts filled up again with riders ready for it to go around again. And you've got to do a lot more hyping. Like loads of oggies. You've got to do loads of like when I say ho, you say fair, all that kind of stuff. And just at first, because I'm so used to like normally I stand in a nightclub, and I host a set, and big shout to the DJ, and we're going on through the night, and the rave environment. Like doing it on a ride is just a little bit different. But it was a really good vibe, and after a while, I got into it. I got really, really into it. It was really fun, and I was like, you know what? Like, yeah, I actually really like this. Actually, this is really, really fun. I'm enjoying this. Um, so I'm going back on Friday to do some more MCing. So, I've DJed on the waltzes and that was fun enough, but I have always been kind of tempted. Like, I'd love to kind of like grab the mic and do the oggies and, like the scream if you want to go faster kind of thing. It was always kind of something that I just kind of thought, you know what, I'd like to just say I've done it. And now I've like obviously I've had the chance and I've done it, and not only that, like I'm being asked to do it again. And the mad thing was there was a guy who was working on the ride, and like he was just he was just like, hey, who's this guy? What's happening? Well, why is this guy just like come up and grab the mic? And then like when I finished and I came off the mic, like I said, look, I need the loo and stuff. I said, look, I've really enjoyed it. I'll definitely come back and we'll do something proper on Friday, and I'll bring some different sets and things. And literally, he was like proper like, wow, you're actually really really good. You actually smashed that, and he shook me hand, and it was just a really good vibe. And the thing about it is, like, if I'd have done really bad, like the Walson woman would have said, like, yeah, like, can I have the mic back? And yeah, look, we're gonna take you off. But they were saying I had it bouncing, so that was a good vibe for me, knowing that I'd done a good job. And literally, that I'd made sort of like the people on the ride happy, in that sense, and it was obviously a really really fun environment. So Friday, which I think Friday will be an even busier night, and it's like the second to last night, so people are, will want to kind of get like the final days of the fair, and if the weather's all right, so I reckon we'll have quite a busy one. So I'm gonna have to do like some extra hyping. I'm gonna have to do some extra vibes, and it should be absolutely fantastic. And apparently they're gonna get me some radio mics as well that are gonna be wireless, so I can like go over to the steps and stuff and be a bit more sort of like out open on the front and that. Because today I was using a mic it was plugged in, and in all fairness, like, and nothing against the ride, but it wasn't the best mic on planet Earth, and there was actually an issue with the like where you turn the mic on and off, like, so basically you slide like a little switch up, but like the switch was that loose that it would just literally slide back down and turn the mic off, so you had to keep your finger on the switch, like with it held up like the whole time you're spitting. And then the wire just wasn't the longest wire in the world, so I was kind of limited to like being able to move around and groove around and all the rest of it. Whereas, I'm gonna on Friday I'm gonna get a bit more like, closer on the steps, and the vibe is gonna be a bit more better, and it's gonna be a really enjoyable opportunity. So I'm kind of really looking forward to it now. Really really looking forward to it. So big shout to me mate Ben for getting me on. And I was really gutted as well, because I thought, hang on, I've done this and I've missed Hannah Taylor's set, because I wanted to go and catch her set and see sort of Anna smash up the waltzers. And then I went over to the ride, and luckily she was still on. I don't know if she'd arrived later or if she'd stayed on longer, but she definitely didn't come off at the time it stated on the poster that she was going to come off. So I got to witness quite a good chunk of the set. I think a few people were at first. I think there was a bit like, why is he just stood there? Like, is he coming on the ride? Is he not coming on the ride? Like what's going on? And then even like some of the workers on the ride were just like, he's been stood there for ages. I was just enjoying the vibe and the set, and I don't think they realised, that like I knew who the DJ was, and I'd seen it, and and I've met the DJ before, and all this, and then she came off the ride, and she came and obviously gave me a hug and asked how I was, and I've seen her at a few events. I've been I was lucky enough to be on the same lineup as her once, and she knows the layman a lot better than me. That would be, like, I've been somewhere with layman when I've like seen her at an event, but it was good to see her today. But I don't think they realised that I knew who it was as such, like, and I think they just kind of thought, well, why is he just stood there? But yeah, I wanted to catch the set, and I said like I'd see her there, so I wanted to see her there, and yeah, it was, a really good set, to be honest. It was really, it was actually really banging. She played. There was one tune in particular. She played a remix of "With Every Heartbeat." And it was banging. It was a really, really good tune, and I want to find that tune myself, because I do have a version, but for some reason it's not for some reason it's not the full version. For some reason it cuts off, so it's really weird. But yeah, it was a banging tune. So I want to see if I can find online, like where that tune is, like what, what label is it released on, like where can I go and buy it, and then like I want to go and buy that tune because it was belting. But no, she played a really good set. It was really good. And then someone from the ride eventually recognised I was the guy who had DJ'd before, and he was like, "Have you got your headphones with you?" But by that point, I told him, I said, "Look, I've got work tomorrow. I'm gonna I need to get going home, unfortunately." But I said, "Look, I'll be back at the fair, before the fair's over," which is really, obviously, chance for me to go back on. But I'm not a greedy person. I got my chance to go on. I was happy. If I get to go on again, it's a bonus. But I like the opportunity of other people getting that chance to go on as well. There's some people that they go on they go on a waltzer every night, and they do it every night, and they play a set every night, and I think that's all well and good, but like give other people a chance, and not only that, like some people do it every year as well, whereas some people like have never done it before, and it's a dream for them to do it. And I think like there's loads of people that ask about doing it, and then like they say all the slots are filled, but then it's like the same people that are playing more than once, and I just think like change it up a bit. There's people asking to play that have never played before, and then there's people that have done it like 5 or 6 times that are doing it again, and I just think like let the new people have a chance. And I think it could be done so well, but then on the grand scheme of things, like what is it really? What is DJing at the fair? It's a cool thing for a DJ to do. It's a cool experience for a DJ. But beyond that, like people are going round and round on the rides, and like half of the tunes that we play in sets at the fair. Like I'm not being funny, but how many people like when the fair's over, do they go and listen to like a donk mix, or do they go and put an hardcore set on? At the end of the day, like they're not really into it. So it's only really like they're just going round the ride. It's just something fast. It's just they're just doing what someone says on the mic. But is it really them? Have they come to Hull Fair and then suddenly decided, oh, when I turn 18, I'm going to go to Uprising. They probably still wake up the next morning and, listen to the UK Top 40 or put like a grime artist on. And that's just, the way the thing is. So I think, they're just going on the rides. They're not really, sometimes I think like, wow, there's a DJ there, but, in the grand scheme of things, like, whichever DJ is playing, it doesn't really matter to them, because like they're just there to go on the ride, and if the music's banging, they'll go on the ride no matter who's playing, whether the name or person. So it's kind of one of them things, but then it still can be a good thing, and some people do like going like to a ride if there's a good DJ on, like people who are into that kind of thing. So it's a little bit of mix of all, I think. But but it's good to see like names going on to it, and it's good to see like rides doing a bit of promotion, like we've got so and so ripping up the ride, like it's a good thing. And it's enjoyable. Like I know Hannah Taylor did create quite a bit of attraction to the ride, which is good. And they've got another guest DJ coming on Friday as well. Kind of thanks to me, but like I ain't gonna sit here and take all the credit, because it wasn't really me as such. Basically, the guy who runs the ride, he just asked me if I knew somebody, like if I knew this particular person, and what are they like as a DJ, and I don't really know this person all that well. Like I know of his presence online, but luckily about a month ago, I'd been on the same lineup as him. So I just said, look, like I know of the guy online. I've done a gig with him. I don't, I don't know him, like he's not my busy mate or anything. I know who it is, and I know that he plays good sets, and I know that he's a good DJ, and he's got some good tracks out on Bound 7 and stuff. So he's spoken to this guy, or me, my mate, or this Ashley Noble. He said you're a good DJ, and then luckily this person corresponded and said, oh yeah, I did a gig with him a couple of about a month ago. Yeah, he's a sound lad. So it was kind of like, you know, not that I was lying, but it kind of backed up what I was saying. Like, oh yeah, we've done a gig together, and it kind of stands me in good stead as well, I suppose, because then he's thinking like, like wow, these people, also like know this Ash and they respect him, and I think it's really like, from Terry's perspective, the guy who runs the ride, it's probably made him feel a bit like, yeah, this Ash is, is a sound guy, and he recommends good people, and the people he recommends, they've got nice things to say about me. So it's a good thing. So there's another guest on Friday. So essentially, I just said like, yeah, I just basically said he's a good DJ, like, and he is, this guy does smash it, and he's got some good tracks out on Bound 7, and he does well, and it's obviously, you know, I was just saying what's true really. But obviously it led the guy, at the Walser to obviously go through with, having him on the ride. So you'll see some information about that tomorrow, if you follow me on socials, because I am, as a matter of fact, designing the poster. I made a little poster for myself when I was going on, because I wanted something just to, like say, oh yeah, I'm doing the fair this year. And I think, the guy was like, oh, you made a little poster. The guy who normally makes posters for him, he goes away tomorrow. So he asked if I'd make the poster. So I'm like, yeah, I'll do the poster. So I'm gonna do knock a little poster up, which is gonna be good. So that'll be absolutely wicked. So yeah. So as you can see, Hull Fair has been pretty good so far. However, I ain't gonna lie, like I'm very tired. Um, so like I had this like quite busy weekend. So like Friday we was in, I was in Scunthorpe, and then and I rode the bike back from Scunthorpe like in the early hours, and then I was up on Saturday morning, and I packed all the equipment down, and got it ready for the book on the evening, and then did the book, and again got home at like, like 3-4 o'clock, and then Sunday was a little bit of a chill day. Went out for some food, and then Monday it was, it was straight back at it. And then I was at the fair on the night, and then I was at Music Lab, and stuff like that. And then Tuesday, I went to go and visit my nan in the hospital, which obviously I don't begrudge doing that. But I was back at the fair. I had tunes to sort. I had stuff to do with the staff here, and it was just another busy day. And then I was up today, doing a well-being walk with work, and then we was up and we was walking, and I'd had a little bit of a late night last night because I'd got back from the fair, and you know how it goes. And then obviously, like I said, I walked today, and we walked quite far on the walk, about 3 mile. Got back to work, and then my boss wasn't feeling too well, so he went home. And then I had to go to another building that's owned by our company, and take a phone back that we'd taken on the walk, and that was obviously like more walking, and then I walked home, and then I walked all the way to the fair, and then I've walked home from the fair. So it's been a tiring week. Luckily tomorrow I'm not in work until the afternoon, so I will get chance just to have a little bit of a lie in the morning, Then I'll be going out for my lunch with the staff. We go for lunch once a week. A few of us from this building, and then I'll be in work, and then it's studio, and then I think I'm gonna give the fair a miss tomorrow, just because I feel a bit burnt out, and then I'll go back Friday. Especially if I'm gonna do the studio as well. When I come out of there, it's already going to be 8 o'clock. So by the time I get to the fair, that kind of thing. So yeah, so I am gonna obviously probably give it a miss tomorrow, unless I'm needed. If I'm needed, then I'll sort something out. But hopefully, if I'm not really needed, then I'm all up for just like coming here after the studio and just chilling out, having some food and watching telly. But it's been a good week, no regrets about the week. It's just been a bit tiring. Obviously, the fair won't be here next week, so I won't be like out every night doing something, which will be quite good. And we'll be back to just the normal weeknights and back to everything else, which will be good. So yeah, so that's going to do it for the stream. Make sure to like, make sure to comment, share. I will be posting some videos that I've taken like up on the waltzers, and I took a little video of me MCing today. I'll get some more on the Friday, and stuff like that. And then obviously I'll put some stuff up, so there's some footage. I've kind of done it like the last couple of years. I've done little things like the last couple of years, so obviously it's only right that I put some footage up again. So we can kind of continue. There'll be some shorts, definitely some YouTube shorts going up. And there might be a couple of videos. Some of the videos, like I haven't filmed all that long, so it'll only put them up as shorts, but we'll see how we go. So like, comment, share, all of that good stuff, and we'll see you soon. Yes, we will.